Okay, folks, this week we're sponsored by FerkFest. That's right, FerkFest. Saturday, March 21st from noon to 4 p.m. at Anaheim Farmers Park. 50 cask ales will be pouring from 30 breweries like Beechwood Barbecue, Firestone Walker, and Monkish. We also got a chili cook-off featuring local chefs such as Chef Andrew from the Iron Press and Chef Greg from Haven Gastropub. For more information, go to ferkfest.com, or for tickets, go to ferkfest.brownpapertickets.com. All right, are we good? All right, let's do the show. Movie quotes that only these kids will get. All right, let's do it. Welcome to Four Brewers. My name is Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer,
JC Hizzy,
Greg Hizzy,
and we're joined by some very special friends. Today, we're once again joined by Mr. John Ridey. What's up, dude?
Hello, how you guys doing?
And we're also joined by our poor ass Sarah. What's up, girl?
Sarah Kizzy.
Sarah Kizzy.
Sarah Kizzy.
Sicky Kizzy.
We've got a very special show because there was some funky news that came up just recently that apparently AleSmith is. Did we find out what actually is happening? Are they're like leasing their space? They're in a creative
AleSmith
relationship.
is moving to bigger and better things, and that's apparently not new news. I didn't realize that's been on the agenda for a while,
right?
But now it turns out that Mikkeller, the world-renowned gypsy brewer, known for being not a brewer with a brewery, is buying out it, and AleSmith will retain some ownership of the current AleSmith brewery, and that's going to become a Mikkeller brewery.
They're getting into a very complex relationship, which sounds suspiciously like an open relationship to me.
Facebook status, it's complicated.
Exactly. But one thing I think we can all agree with is that there's probably some pretty fucking tasty beer that's going to come out of this very complicated relationship between the two of them.
And the best part is, it's in San Diego.
Hey.
And apparently the Mikkeller Beer Geek Speedway collab was kind of their test run to see how Brewing Mikkeller worked on AleSmith system.
And speaking of which,
they brewed Beer Geek Breakfast and Speedway and blended them, and now they're here.
So Mikkeller doesn't have, because they're from Europe. They're from, where are they from exactly?
Denmark.
They don't have
Copenhagen.
They're still Gypsy Brewer.
Yep.
And so,
just one dude.
Well, Mikkel's gonna brew he's starting his brewery in San Diego, California.
Yeah.
I know.
It's kind of mind blowing.
Yeah, maybe that means that means that we can get some Mikkeller IPA that isn't oxidized as fuck.
Seriously, no, that's what I thought about.
That was my first thought. Where it's like, sweet, we're gonna get their hoppy beer, and it's not gonna be 2 months old. It's gonna be fucking delicious.
Yeah, it's not gonna be shitty. Because
also just the Miramar area in San Diego is getting more and more awesome.
Yeah, it's getting super dense, which I'm not going to argue with.
You don't have to drive all the way down.
Yeah. Society Who Rocks is down there.
I'd rather drive to San Diego than Denmark. To be quite honest with you.
Quote of the day.
Do you have a James Bond car?
Yeah,
that can go underwater.
It's the car from the Muppets.
Patreon money's gonna bring that. One day,
bear and a frog in their natural habitat. A Studebaker.
All right.
Hold on. To get on with the episode, I would say that we're moving right along.
Nice.
But loose and fancy free. Okay. To celebrate this beautiful union, we have all kinds of stouts from the two of them. We've got Beer Geek Breakfast, we got Beer Geek Brunch, we got Speedway Stout, we got Beer Geek Speedway, and we've got Vietnamese.
We got a lot of beer.
Barrel-aged Speedway. We've got so much good stuff going on right now.
Some motherfucker accused us of snubbing Speedway in our
So guess what you get?
In our show.
Full frontal Speedway.
We didn't snub Speedway.
Exactly.
Speedway's made with coffee. We did a BA Stout with no adjunct show, and Speedway doesn't count. It has coffee in it. It's delicious. And that's why we're just doing a whole fucking Speedway show.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, dude who said that, we specified on the show that
And
we
in
weren't
the
doing
blog.
it for that reason. And in the blog,
We'll
yes.
fight you in real life. We'll have our
I'll
Patreon.
drag race you on
Our
Speedway.
That's right.
I'll take one for the team.
Yep.
I have a fun Speedway story. I was at AleSmith, and there was just this
Oh, Jesus
shit.
Christ!
squirter.
We got a gusher.
That scared the shit out
that
of
was
me.
that was the Beer Geek breakfast that we just opened.
Holy shit! That just exploded into life.
And it's continuing
on top of my
to
fucking
explode.
It's like
XLR box.
it's like now I will live.
Thanks, Mikkel.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
We're fine.
Mickle. This is brewed.
Go back to Denmark, motherfucker.
No.
God, Jesus!
Wow.
They took our breweries.
It's still
Give me
gushing.
glasses. Yeah, give me
Don't
glasses.
you even brew, bro?
You poured like 2 glasses, and it's still like no.
Yeah, it's still kind of foaming over.
I've found life.
Is it safe to say this beer might be infected?
Well, yeah.
It was fermented in
Wow.
Alaska at Anchorage, apparently.
friend of the show.
Fermented in Alaska.
Who Anchorage has a lot of Brett beers. Maybe they got a little bready in this guy because it's I mean, if anybody watching on the cam, I've got
just
like
insane.
an inch of beer and 3 inches of foam.
Okay, look at
in
this, you guys.
glass.
It's still
I
foaming
got
out of the
more
glass.
foam than-
and still we've poured 4
I'm
glasses of
time-lapsing
this,
this.
and we're still getting fucking foam pouring out of the bottle. So
So
I
Beer
don't-
Geek breakfast, right on.
yeah, apparently
Yeah.
what you're having for breakfast is foam.
Don't fear the foam, Jason.
Wow.
So dang diddly angry, it's mostly head.
Back in college, we used to do the old nose grease thing where you take a
Yeah,
swipe
yeah.
and then rub it on the inside of your glass.
No,
I don't even think that would help.
Or the back of your ear, too.
Oh, yeah, back here. Whatever's greasy, I guess.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any firm cap? We can just,
swirling around in
just
there.
go to the garage, just put
Seriously,
a couple.
look at my glass.
Mine's like
just get an
Swiss cheese
eyedropper.
now.
And that is a solid chunk of head.
We're just gonna take about 30 minutes, and we'll be back.
How about if we open up another beer and then
Well, we need more
one
glasses.
glasses.
We need more glasses.
because all of
Yeah,
our glasses
well-
are full of fucking foam.
You know what? I have to say though that like smell this and you're getting like massive coffee notes. Like
smells wonderful.
Huge. It smells great.
I'm sure you're getting lots of aroma. It's nothing but foam. Just bringing it all right out. I mean,
This is a foam party in the glass.
foam party.
yeah.
It's like a lemon party.
So yeah,
almost.
'cause
And who knew Four Brewers was going to turn into a rave?
They've done this beer a few times, and this is the one that was done at Anchorage.
Yeah. This was. I think it was brewed at Amager before in the UK. So
We
not
have
in the UK.
we
I'm
have
sorry,
a weasel, the product of Norway, brewed at Lervig Etket Brewery.
Okay.
Akti Lervig Akti Brewery. I fucking Norwegian. I'm sorry. If we have any Norwegian fans, please
Hey,
tell
easy
us how to
there.
pronounce that because I have no fucking
idea.
clue.
And
It's Lervig. I got that, but then it's AKTIEBRYGGERI.
Achterbrewery.
Akti Brewery.
Does anyone in the IRC have anything
Is
to say
that down
about
the street from Nugne?
It's the fucking Swedish chef. And the goose. Peppercorn in 3D. Just a Muppets episode, you guys.
I like it.
You're sitting birds in the blend with the poutine.
Has anybody gotten to drink this yet? The
Yeah,
foam
I
has kind of
just took a
settled
sip.
out. It's
Yes,
it's still
Finally.
hanging out like it's a aggressive head.
Yeah, it really wants to cling for sure.
It's like it's not going anywhere.
it's got major carbonation.
Yeah, we got that.
Wow. All right. If you
Oh no, no! I'm not going to support this in any way. This is like it's like
massively overcarb.
it's really overcarbonated. It's harsh. It's
Brash.
like it's rough.
did we, I was kind of distracted for a moment, but did we talk about whether or not this was bottle conditioned or?
I doubt it. They're not. Mikkeller's not known for that.
It says oatmeal stout brewed with coffee and fermented in oak tanks. So there you go.
Like they made like a replica of a World War II Patton tank and just
out of
I think it was a Sherman.
Out of
they just have a barrel. They just fire it into the bottle.
Because
That's why it's so fucking.
That's what it tastes like. It tastes like it was shot out of a tank.
Yeah, this it's not doing well, man.
Because usually when you get a gusher like this, it's because there's some sort of infection happening inside the bottle, and it just fermented so much of those unfermentable sugars that you get nothing but foam.
Yeah,
but I don't get any signs of infection.
It doesn't taste infected. It just but it doesn't taste
overcarbonated.
Very,
but it doesn't taste good either. It tastes
like,
really thin.
Can we somehow like just shake this shit up and get some fucking actual beer? Yeah, I've had Beer Geek breakfast before, and it's normally pretty good.
Wow.
This is a dumper.
I feel like this is the danger of gypsy brewing is like although Anchorage though they were so great. We had some of their beers.
We just had a bunch of Anchorage beers, and they were delicious, but they were also all wild, except for the 17% barley wine.
They weren't wild. They were not wild. They were Brett beers.
Well, they had some kind of relatively uncontrollable aspect, which would be Brett.
I almost dumped it,
but we also said that they were bottle conditioned with Brett. Like that didn't happen in the brew house; it happened in the bottle. While that might translate over into the brew house, they didn't like ferment with Brett. They fermented clean and bottled with Brett. I
shook this guy up a little bit to try to knock a little bit of the bubbles out, and I'm getting a little bit of the character of the beer on it. You've got like dark chocolate at the end. It's kind of showing up a little, but I'm really having to work for it.
Dude, to me it tasted like
it's a whole lot of shaking.
Yeah, dude, to me it tasted like coffee and pain. Like that's what it tasted like to me. I just
there's a whole lot of shaking going on.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
There's a little bit of coffee, a little bit of chocolate, but
couldn't shake this off.
Hey! Wow.
Yeah, this going in the bucket. It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm a Mikkeller fan, but this one's just this one's shit.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully once they're in control of their own brewery, they'll be able to avoid stuff like that.
Sure. Well, and that's really good. Like, I want them to make great beer.
So that was base beer number 1 of this blend.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of base beers, we've got good old. When was the last time any of us just had good old fashioned Speedway Stout? It's been a long time for me. Shut up.
You asked. I supplied an answer.
Jason, when was the last time you had good old fashioned Speedway?
I had 3 variants of Speedway yesterday, but not the original.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, I had all these other ones that we're going to drink at the brewery.
Well, I'm very excited about this because, like I said, it's been so long.
Speedway Stout is really interesting, and it's a real case of how much hype affects the status of beer in the beer world, because Speedway Stout is just as good as any of the best stouts in the world. It deserves to be up there.
I think it's one of the best stouts in the world.
It's up in there with
favorite.
All of the big hype stouts, but because they just put it on the shelf every day,
Trader Joe's,
and there's
$9.
not like it's not like Speedway Day where you got to come down and we all buy Speedway and
stand in line.
3,000 people line up to get it once a year.
It turns into one of those shelf turds that you don't look at.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Same with 1050. Speedway and 1050 are on par with. I would put them right next to Darkness or
for sure.
Dirk Lurd, any of these beers, but because they don't release it in a big hyped single day wax sealed fucking garbage release, everyone's just like, that's pretty good, I guess. But
and it's only $10.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Oh, it's not $20. It can't be good.
Where's the Herpers?
The coffee on this nose is like kind of like sweet and fruity. Is that just me?
It is.
No, it is sweet and
very
fruity. And I think it's always kind of been that way.
Not unlike Matt himself.
What? What does that even mean?
Wrecked.
I don't know. You're an easy target.
Got him.
That tickled my funny bone.
Beer's good. Fuck you guys.
Beer is good. I'm surprised how light on the tongue it is.
That's what she
said.
It's because it's not attacking us with fucking foam like the last year.
Seriously.
I think there was like, we may have, if there's some sort of biological outbreak, we're sorry. Like,
who are we apologizing to?
The world.
Humanity.
If you're reading this,
this might be late. This might be ground zero of the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, this is tasting a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love
obviously,
this beer.
The roast is there.
This isn't Mikkeller. This is AleSmith Speedway Stout. But
There's There's a lot of that dark fruit, that sort of date, that date fig kind of component. You know what I mean?
Sugar, dates, and figs?
Yes.
Sugar, dates, and pistachios?
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's from Aladdin, you guys.
Is it?
Yeah.
When's the last time we
Sugar,
watched
dates,
that
and
movie?
figs. Sugar, dates, and
If ever.
pistachios.
Only 90s kids will get this.
Oh, yeah, only 90s kittens will get this.
Thanks, BuzzFeed.
I'm trying to reach out to a fucking new demo, Matt.
The barely
way to
able
ruin that.
Millennials.
Yeah, millennials. 4B needs more millennials, you guys.
Hey, that's how
What's
you get
your
those.
favorite Ninja Turtle?
Can they even drink beer yet?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, man.
They're still into craft beer.
Who is your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Michelangelo, obviously.
I like Raphael.
Leonardo.
Really?
He's
cool,
kind of
but,
an asshole.
but rude. Yeah.
Donatello. He was the
Michelangelo's a party dude.
Donatello. Donatello was the
Never
brainy
watched
one.
it.
Go do machines, Donatello.
That was dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
And what does Leonardo do?
he
leader.
leads.
He leads.
He's the
Exactly.
Which I mean, what? How about? I mean, he's got swords, which is pretty cool. But
Yeah, he's the only one
Okay.
with things that could actually harm you.
Right.
Exactly.
Like when I was
That's why
a kid,
it was so cool.
I made Ninja Turtle weapons.
All right.
Okay, so the first one everyone makes is the bow staff, right? Of
because it's a stick.
Just take apart a push
Wrap
broom.
some rope around it and you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But the size that Raphael had, you could never acquire those.
yeah.
And then Napoleon Dynamite found some in a fucking Goodwill thrift shop. It was badass. Yeah.
I feel like that was fiction. Not like the Ninja Turtles, which is a documentary.
Then nunchucks. You can make nunchucks out of PVC and rope.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're still within the law. You're not going to get arrested.
Shave it down, yeah.
And
I mean,
swords,
you can open carry
you
as
can't.
many nunchucks as you want, I think. The Second Amendment ensures my right to carry as many nunchucks as I goddamn well please.
They're numchucks.
You gotta catch them under your arm. That's the cool nunchuck move. You're whoosh, wah, wah.
Oh yeah, what was the kung fu movie with the kid, but it was Chuck Norris. You know what I'm talking about?
Was that kid Bruce Lee?
No, it wasn't Bruce Lee. It was like
Are we talking about Game of Death?
We're not talking about Game of Death. Fool.
Game of Death.
Donatello built the Ninja Turtle brew system. All right. Scotty M on the IRC.
So who was the actual brewer then?
Master Splinter.
Michelangelo. Okay. Ah.
Yeah.
He was Brewmaster Splinter.
Damn,
Master
you took it.
Cicerone Splinter. I feel like we're gonna get a C&D for saying that Splinter was Master. We'd like to go on record that no rats have completed our Master Cicerone program, whether they be personified or not, animated. Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Ray.
anthropomorphic rats do not qualify as Master Cicerones.
Even though I bet
The
you they
movie
could
with
smell
the
really well.
sidekicks.
Yes.
Chuck Norris and the kid.
sidekicks.
Thank you.
I
There
bet
you
you
go.
they could smell.
Thank you,
really
Google.
well, though. Imagine if you taught a rat about beer, it could probably smell all the different aromas and
It's like their cinder block.
can we make a beer version
little
of Ratatouille?
sewer.
We've got a little Patton Oswalt rat pulling our hair so we run our brew system, and he's like, no more acidulated malt.
No hops, no more hops.
Yeah.
No more hops.
That's how San Diego IPAs got started. Actually. A small rat was pulling
He was
Greg Cook's
he
hair
was
one
he was
day.
inside a beard. He was inside a craft beard.
Oh my God,
yanking in the right directions.
We gotta make that.
All the hops just got dumped in at the end.
Craftatouille, just a little rat living in the craft beard, driving the brewer around.
What about April?
April O'Neil.
April was the beer mule.
There you go. She was the poorest.
The liaison to the real world.
There you go. So what do we got next? Or do we want to do the Beer Geek Speedway?
I think so. We've tried the two base beers, one of which has gone wrong.
Now the Beer
Was
Geek
bit
Speedway,
of a
that's
fail.
the newest Speedway release, correct?
Yes, they brewed Beer Geek Breakfast at AleSmith, and then they brewed Speedway, and they blended them. and added some.
So they actually like brewed 2 different beers and then blended them.
Yeah, because like
packaged.
Jason said, it was a kind of like Mikkel trying out the brew house.
It was their test run, yeah. And they blended them and added the weasel shit coffee, the Kopi Luwak.
Which supposedly they're not actually using like real Kopi Luwak, because I guess that's like the most spectacularly inhumane like way to get coffee.
Yeah, they
take like the weasels and like put them in cages and shit,
and feed them
shit.
coffee beans.
Yeah, but from what I understand,
I don't know if this beer
might be
is
a gusher,
using
too.
the.
well, from what I
Is this
understand,
the Wagyu beef of Kopi Luwak?
No, from what I understand, as far as like the coffee, like the way that they do it is they will take the beans and they'll acidify them in a way that supposedly like replicates like digestion pretty much, and so it's not actually getting eaten and spit out by like shat out by weasels.
Kopi Luwak coffee is a real thing, and you can acquire that coffee humanely. It's just labor intensive and really hard because you can't put it in a fucking cage.
Yeah,
and it's amazingly expensive.
It's spectacularly
and you know
expensive.
what? You should have
tell
to
me what I can do with my fucking.
You should
weasels.
have to pay for that, because if you want that coffee, then you're going to have to deal with it. And the civet cats, you know, they're
They got to get paid.
you know,
Like, I think the civic cats,
They got to get paid.
they gotta get a
Bitches got to
fucking
get
job.
paid.
Homie got to get paid.
and honestly, who's getting the last laugh here? The fucking civet cat. Like, you're eating my shit. Fuck you.
Pretty much.
Free range shit is always more expensive.
You know, you're right, Billy.
That
it's free range
cage shit.
Yeah,
is
I mean,
just-
you give them to them in the wild.
Nobody
you
wants
harvest in the
farm-raised
wild,
shit.
and you're-
Yep.
Right. You want that free range stuff.
And I remember seeing that blog post somewhere. Maybe it was from AleSmith or
PETA.
No, it wasn't PETA. Fuck
No,
PETA.
they're too busy with S&M sausage in San
PETA's-
Diego.
Fuck PETA, man. It was
PETA, yeah, PETA. He's in those.
PETA's the rogue of charities.
This was not PETA. I would not even have read it if it was from PETA.
Yeah.
But it was
not
either
a
brewer
Hunger
or-
Games fan, or you're on team.
I'm not a fan of
Katniss.
PETA, actually.
No, Katniss, PETA, and
If you're Team Katniss, you're Team PETA.
Yeah.
It's Team Penis. If you want Katniss and PETA to be together, it's penis. Team Penis. But then who's the other guy? That's
Gale.
Thor's brother.
Gale, thank
Gale?
you. Yeah, Gale.
Yeah, GALE, like a gale.
Like a
Like
Gale.
his,
Wind,
like
a
he was
fucking-
named after his mom's friend. Like, I just, my friend Gail, I think she should be immortalized, and I don't care that I had a son. It's a boy's name too.
This is in the future.
Yeah, exactly. It's in a dystopian future,
That's true.
which makes every male name
they're
female
literally
and vice
having to
versa.
bow hunt for food.
What is
so-
Katniss?
Katniss, apparently, in the books, is a type of reed
Yeah,
that's
I've read the
found
books.
in lakes.
It's an actual thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's,
Sounds more like an
that's what her name
attitude.
is.
No one in
saying.
history has ever named their daughter Katniss.
Well, not
It's
before,
not in,
true.
it's
Not before-
not in
not before the book
history,
came out.
It's the future.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
the book came out. Like everyone's naming him Katniss. Like,
Everdeen is a rad last name, though. Everdeen. It's like
Always
Evergreen,
Dean.
but Dean.
No, always Dean.
Aberdeen.
Katniss Howard Dean.
Go milk the cow.
Katniss Howard Dean. I'm gonna shoot you with a bow.
I'm pretty sure Yvonne wants to like charge in right now. Like, I want to talk about.
I want to talk about Katniss Howard Dean.
You know, right now everybody's running to their DVR going, shit, I missed that episode. I'm going to have to go back.
We're going to District 10. Then we're going all the way to Washington. What Katniss Howard Dean would be like, we're going to District 9. We're going to District 8. We're going
Then
to
we're going to go to
District 12.
District 13.
Then we're going all the way to the Capitol.
I love that my love of the Hunger Games has rubbed off enough on you that you can make that joke.
I love the Hunger Games, by the way. Okay, I know you were talking to Jason, Sarah, but
Yes. Oh, yeah. I was looking at Jason.
okay, the fact that we're talking about like a one-off thing that happened, like, was it 2004? Like, that's just spectacular.
Well, Chappelle
Like,
made that really good sketch about it.
Does
That's
it matter?
true.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
I've only watched one Hunger Games episode.
Hamburger Games.
episode. I think it was a movie.
The Hangry Games.
I've only watched.
They just
Whatever.
Really grumpy because
Oh no, it was Game of Thrones. I've only watched one episode. I've never watched a Hunger Games episode.
Hunger Games.
It's a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I never watched one.
What does everyone think of this beer, you
Oh, yeah, the
guys?
beer's good.
How about this beer?
It's way more subtle than the base Speedway.
It seems to have
creamier.
it doesn't have that same like dark fruit kind of character. It seems to be like more
drier.
roast forward. Yeah. And the coffee seems to just like pop a little bit more,
It's pretty frothy too. Very silky.
It's a good tribute to the Speedway Stout.
I'd like to say that I'm all about adjuncts, but I do think this beer is superior.
Hey, there you go.
Nice. Everyone just missed my joke there.
What?
I said this beer pays tribute to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, tribute.
Yeah.
Oh,
I volunteer as
because
tribute.
and that thing we were talking about before. Good job. That was awesome.
3 fingers up for the.
That's like a Boy Scout thing too.
I mean, it's 3 though, right? For
it's 3.
Hamburg Games.
It's the Scout salute.
Yeah.
For the Hamburg Games.
Yeah, the Hamburg Games.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No,
Hunger Games.
the Hunger Games. No, the Beer Geek.
Third show.
So this beer though,
That beardo.
2 great tastes that go great together. Like I've had Beer Geek breakfast, and we had a bad bottle of it, sadly, but I've had it before, and it's a really good beer.
It's spectacular. It really
and
is.
the blend is just it mellows Speedway a little bit, I think, and
it brings down that because the Speedway it tends to be on the harsh side. Like it's a little bit rough. And so I think it just
it
mellows
treats
out.
you like a stranger, and it feels so rough. You didn't have to cut me off.
Oh, that song was over years ago.
Now it's just a song that we used to know.
Oh God.
You're killing it. You're killing it. This
Moving right
episode.
along. Moving right along.
fucking
Killing it.
Firing them off.
Yeah, you really are.
Joke 'em
Good
in.
on you. So I think that the combination of these 2 beers was a success. I think it was really quite delicious.
I'm
So
loving
people lobbed a criticism at them, which was you're taking 2 $10 beers and making it into a $30 beer.
Yeah.
It works.
People.
That being said, it's fucking delicious.
It works.
really
I don't
is.
regret paying for it. It was really good.
I'm really happy.
They worked really well together. It's not just like a gimmick collab. I think the beers blended really well.
Yep. I think next up we should get down on this Beer Geek brunch because the Beer Geek breakfast that we have was the Beer Geek Speedway. That was the Kopi Luwak, and so I think we're gonna just try the Beer Geek brunch Weasel just on its own. So
Okay.
IRC.
IRC.
There's funny stuff in the IRC. John.
Oh, sorry about that.
I was trying to get your attention off mic, but we're just gonna do it on mic. What's up?
What did I miss?
The Vreeland busted out with another Imager link for us, saying the show has gone, and it's a Carl Strauss.
I love it.
Carl Strauss off the rails. We're gonna have to include these in the blog.
seriously.
Done Right did one too.
That is that wins the internet today, right there.
Hashtag break the internet. Hashtag Wednesday Whales Day.
I just saved that to my desktop. So we're good.
Tile that on the background, dude. Tile that on the background.
Katniss just joined our IRC too. I hope they volunteer as tribute to our Patreon.
Oh, it's just that
amazing.
one. Never mind.
Katniss.
I'm Katniss.
Hello, Katniss.
There you
We
go.
don't get Speedway in District 9. Well, that's your loss.
District 9, they only have Goose Island, Honkers Ale.
And Elysian Peach Pumpkin.
District 312.
District 619.
District 9 Wit. It's a local beer for local bros.
Oh my God. He's gonna blow.
You're working
Bros.
working all day in the mines. You need a good beer. Try District 9
Hey, Nagel.
Wit.
What's up, buddy?
Just laughing at John, dude.
Nagel said like 3 words.
I know. Yeah. Well, okay, I don't think I've ever watched anything that you guys have been talking about in the last 20 minutes.
Neither have I, Greg. So we're even.
Really?
Dude.
No Hunger Games?
Yeah.
I've
No
read
Hunger
all the
Games?
books too.
Yeah, my daughter's reading Mockingjay right now, and she's
nice.
8.
Well, I'm 35.
Yeah.
41
Teenage
years
Mutant
young.
Ninja Turtles was well past my time.
Probably, you're in like a weird area.
The Capitol only sends them rogue ale.
Who's Katniss? That was from
That's from Katniss.
That is awesome.
That's rough, dude. I would revolt too. Like, I would.
Katniss is the new hero.
I would be catching fire as well if fucking if all they sent us was rogue ale. I'm like, we're going to the Capitol. We're burning this motherfucker down. There's going to be a double dead guy in the Capitol.
Okay, Beer Geek Brunch.
Let's hope this is actually Mikkeller brewed in Europe, like in one of their mainstay kind of regular breweries.
Yeah, because like you can kind of tell like where they're brewed because they'll have like Mikkeller will have like kind of variations in their artwork, you know, and so you can tell when they've changed to a new brewery or like when one beer has come from one brewery and a different one has come from another. Like I know they brewed a lot of Amager. They brewed at De Proof.
They brewed at Amager.
Amager.
When will it stop?
Never.
You know when it'll stop? On Wednesday Whales Day.
Wednesday Whales Day. Hashtag.
Wednesday
show.
Whale Day.
Guys, they're
show,
beer
third
on
show.
Wednesday. Hashtag it Wednesday Whales Day.
I gotta buy that domain still.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'll buy that right now. I'll go to GoDaddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Go dirty.
Go dirty.
Go dirty.
It's got a little bit of oxidation on this.
This is a pretty recent bottle too. So
Really?
Yeah, is this dated at all?
I just bought it at the store, like literally yesterday. We went to 2 different stores trying to find Beer Geek Breakfast, which I couldn't find, which they had like 2 weeks ago too. And
it's too bad.
they had like a vanilla variant too, which sounded kind of yummy.
There's a bunch of different variations
Yeah.
of this coming out, huh?
But so yeah, I feel like we had the 2 base beers, the blend, and now we can have the variants.
Yeah, we can go nuts now.
One more time, can we clarify what this one is?
It's the Brunch Weasel, which is, I don't believe normally Beer Geek Brunch has the Weasel coffee in it.
No, I think the
Civet, the Kopi Luwak. But I think this
usually
does.
that's Beer Geek Weasel.
yeah, I think that's just Beer Geek Breakfast. Beer Geek Breakfast is just like the standard one, and then Beer Geek Brunch Weasel is the one with the Kopi Luwak.
Yeah,
I think that's the only difference.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe I have breakfast on my mind, but I'm getting a lot of maple, like syrup.
Yeah, maple syrup.
Okay, yeah, I can get
Fruitiness.
that for sure.
It's like a boysenberry.
Yeah,
Yeah, very sweet.
yeah. It's got like a sugary kind of pop to it, doesn't it?
So
This actually says it has Vietnamese cafe con coffee.
Oh, okay. What?
I don't know what that means.
All right.
Any coffee enthusiasts out there will punch me in the stomach, probably pronouncing it wrong. But imperial oatmeal stout brewed with coffee. Ingredients: water, malts, hops, yeast, and Vietnamese cafe con coffee.
Brewed with
It
water?
has way more sweetness to it.
So
Holy
sweet,
shit!
This one's a lot more sweet.
Yeah, it's like that sweet, like figgy fruitiness. Like, holy shit!
And a happy new year.
Yeah.
Figgy pudding.
figgy pudding. Pudding.
I like how now that we finally have a beer in our hands, we're like, meh.
We've just evolved like
Yeah,
pudding.
it's a beer.
It's a beer.
It's a beer that's got beer in it.
It's amazing how different these are.
Well, yeah, considering that they're all relatively similar,
Yeah.
you know.
By the way, the Hunger Games are now playing out in our IRC. President Snow has joined and said, "You fought very hard in the games, Miss Everdeen, but they were games."
Nagel only watches porn.
That's what. Yeah.
That was that was also a comment.
Hey, Cougar Steve's up in there.
Cougar
Steve. What's up, Cougar Steve?
Hashtag Ghetto Beer Week. I'm
Yeah.
so in on that.
Oh, I
Tell me where.
Week all the time, dude.
Dude, I want to point out this Mikkeller, the Beer Geek Brunch is like inky black. Like this is like
It sticks to
syrupy
It sticks to
stickiness.
the side of the glass and your ribs.
dude. This is like deepest, darkest of like.
It's kind of reddish too.
Deepest, bluest. My head is like a shark fin.
It's kind of got this iodine color to it.
Yeah, it does. It's like black red.
This is, I mean,
I'm geeking out on this. I don't know about you guys.
It's a good beer.
I see what you did there.
this is my least favorite, even with
Really?
the
Nagel's a real brunch weasel over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good job, Brunch Weasel.
Beer Geek Brunch Weasel.
I am sensing an insurrection in the IRC there.
Right?
There's like fights going on in the IRC.
Our
that we
IRC is
don't
a rock,
even like.
basically a rock opera is happening.
This is
right
awesome.
now. But so this is your least favorite, Johnny? Well, the first one was a disaster.
Yeah, I know, but
This
kind
is
of
worse?
like this less than that.
Really?
Yeah,
No way.
I don't know. It's got this.
That's a bold statement.
kind of. It's kind of papery. It's like got a
It's
thick
ropey.
mouthfeel in a bad way.
Syrupy in a bad way, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
kind of soy saucy, a little bit.
I get a little bit of that, too,
Yeah,
actually.
I can get that for sure.
Your mom is papery?
Oh. Wow.
Oh, she went.
John's mom is a saint. A saint.
She's insane.
Your mom? That's where you went? Your mom is papery. Like,
I wanted to go with the least.
I'm pretty sure his mom's a Patreon, so you watch your mouth.
She's a patron saint.
She's a patron saint.
My mom is not a Patreon, but
She should be. She bought the board thing.
she what?
She buy the board?
She's a big supporter of
She
the show.
bought us a compressor. Yes.
Okay,
She
good.
she
Yeah.
likes
Your mom
her
is a
stuff.
Patreon.
She likes her
Technically, she is
stuff
a
a lot.
Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, she's more of a saint than a
for her.
Patreon.
She likes her stuff a lot and everything. She's a big supporter
I
of the
think
show.
she wants me to drink less beer.
I think all our moms want us to drink less
Yeah,
beer.
pretty much. Actually, not my mom. My mom's like,
quite
nah,
honest,
drink it up.
I want my mom to drink more beer. So, yeah.
Our good friend Mike was apologizing for not being a Patreon. I was like, no, you contributed a ton. He's like, have beer. I'm like, well, that's basically like Patreoning.
all right. Yeah. I understand. You know, we push Patreon a lot on this show, and for good reason, because it's money in our pockets. But
Because it gives us money, yeah.
I like money.
if you can't afford, like, just coming and hanging out on the IRC is
Being
awesome.
a fan.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Retweeting the show is awesome. Talking about us on Facebook. I mean, yeah, money. That's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Look at you. You're giving us money. But at the end of the day, it's all about promotion for the show. And Patreon people are awesome, and they, you know, they're just as awesome as those that are just retweeting the show for us. So
I only care about money.
You're
money people
all
are better.
in.
All about that cash.
Nagel's like, I like the
about that
Patreons.
cash.
If you retweet us, I'll stab you in the heart. Retweet your way to a fucking dollar bill, you cheap motherfucker. Nagel's the Gene Simmons of this fucking group right now. How about we turn those tweets into dollar signs?
You know what I love? Tweets, dollar signs, and pussy. That's what I love.
yeah,
In a nutshell.
we don't want to be the Kiss of
Katniss declared
podcasting.
Katniss declared that President Snow turned off the camera.
I know
to the power to camera 3.
Now people want their money back. Thanks, John.
Well, no. Shit.
I just want to point out Mrs. Holzer is in the IRC right now.
Oh my God.
John, your mom's on board.
Hi, Mom.
Mrs. Holzer says, "Leave
Hello,
my
Mrs.
boy alone."
Holzer, big supporter of the show.
This is an area of IRC I never knew could exist. Where people just sign on with whatever name they want.
You know, this is all Vreeland. All of these are Bob Vreeland.
Yeah, where's
this is all
Vreeland?
Bob Vreeland talking to
No,
himself.
Vreeland's also in the chat unless he opened another.
Yes, he is. He's opened like 5.
He
Another
just,
chat.
he just does
Another
characters,
browser.
you know. He's part of the show at this point.
By the way, I think this might be the best variant that we've had. We're opening
This is the Vietnamese
I love this one.
coffee.
This one was really good.
It's so good that they made the label gold.
Yeah, because
with this we kind of started with Mikkeller at Anchorage, and it's been a kind of a gradient progression where it's been like Mikkeller, AleSmith, now just AleSmith.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is
Although
the-
we did Speedway Stout after Mikkeller.
we should put up a timeline.
Yeah,
right?
it's like the movie Primer. Like you have to have a graph to know what's going on.
We should put just some AleSmith in here, just a little bit.
But
it ain't easy living like a gypsy.
this one is also barrel aged. This is the only bourbon barrel stout that we've had so far.
Would have been in our episode if it didn't have coffee.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
And also would have placed highly because this is fucking good.
Yeah.
Wow, this smells spectacular.
I love this.
There's like so much vanilla and like that toasted almond thing.
Yes.
And
for
just
sure.
comparing it directly with regular Speedway, it gains a lot.
Wow.
It gains a richness.
It's really good.
It's like a creamy
Good
cocoa.
stuff, huh?
It's a creamy cocoa thing that's going on
I think
right
if you
now.
barrel aged M&Ms, it would be this.
Yes. Hey,
that,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, Nagel nailed it. This is barrel-aged
Nagled it.
M&Ms, dude.
He
Yeah.
nagled it.
Oh my God.
He nailed it.
It's no, that's hashtag nagel nailed.
I finagled
The nagel means nail.
No,
in German.
really, this is
Does it really?
This was discussed on the show, lest you forget.
Yeah.
I did forget.
If you go to Germany, there's
Hashtag
nagel
third
stores
show,
everywhere.
third show.
I'm gonna go get my nagels did.
That's how the Germans talk. When in
Pardon
Germany,
me.
do as the Germans do.
dude, this is
Yeah,
nails.
nails.
This
Yeah,
beer,
it's nails. It is.
this beer is fantastic.
you're going to be doing my nagels?
keep trying, Sarah.
I'm gonna
keep
try.
trying.
Going to do the acrylic nagels?
It's the third show, Sarah. We're really sorry.
I'm gonna fight
The
my
poor
way.
S speaks.
Volvonen Sie.
Use your elbows.
I'm just saying. While this beer is fantastic, I smelled it and it immediately made me want to check the ABV because it smells just
It smells boozy as
Hot.
shit.
very
Yeah,
hot.
for
Yeah.
But when you taste it, it's a spectacular.
It's wonderful.
Oh my
It
god!
rides across your tongue.
And Sarah, I totally
Like a
agree with you. When I
Formula
first
One
smelled it,
race
I was like, oh, a lot of booze, a lot of
Yeah.
that bourbon character. Maybe a little. But then you taste it, and it's just like, oh shit!
And then you forget everything that it's ever done to you. And you just
It's
accept
nagling
it.
you,
And then you're happy.
you in your tongue.
Nagels.
I mean, it's got the right amount of heat on your palate, but that vanilla. in
Yeah,
your palate.
it's hot though. Like this is hotter than the. I think this is hotter than the Anchorage beer that we had. Like it's
But it's good.
it's beefy.
That's John masturbating to the beer.
He finagled it.
I finagle it.
Hey.
Yeah. They used to be my old online gamer hat. Like the tag. Finagler.
Finaggled it.
Finagler.
That's a Colbert thing, though. He's just like, I finagled it. It's one of his things. One of my favorite Colbert references.
Nice.
Have you seen Colbert with his new white beard?
dude, he looks
Yeah,
like
he appeared in public for the first time since his show went off the air, and he has like a big white beard.
Really?
Like not white, but like gray.
no, it's white.
Like
it's
salt- it's like
pretty
salt and
white.
pepper?
No,
Like-
no, like all one color.
Like I think he dyes the top. 'Cause
Oh yeah, he has to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not a young man, so.
It was Scotty M. It wasn't Vreeland at all.
Scotty M. We
it wasn't Vreeland at all.
blamed Vreeland wrongly.
Classic Scotty.
We've got a whole cast of characters in our IRC, and
Yes,
I
we do.
appreciate it.
Good stuff though, man.
It adds a lot.
This
Honestly,
beer-
this
this
is
is my
the ice,
favorite.
This is like the cherry on top of these.
It's
It's
killing.
really good.
It's killing for sure. Like yeah, top of the heap for sure.
I had to pay a lot of money and drive to San Diego to pick this up, but god damn it!
Oh,
was
I'm
it
sure you
worth it.
hated that trip.
And just to make sure, which one is this again?
This
is a
Vietnamese
The
barrel aged.
Vietnamese barrel aged
I'm
coffee.
so glad I
Speedway.
bought 4 bottles of this. Oh my
Nice.
God.
Yeah.
And to Patrick, the dude I gave one to, he's a patron on Patreon.
Oh, he was the one that we met at Escape.
Yeah,
right?
Escape in Redlands when they opened.
You got a good beer.
Dude,
You got a good beer.
Speaking about
Give me a thank
cellaring
you.
beers, I've found that
Celery
anything
beers?
cellaring beers.
Celery beers.
Cellaring a beer. So when you're cellaring a beer with coffee in it, the coffee falls off pretty
Sure,
yeah.
6 months.
I had
maybe
a-
a month.
Vanilla's the
A
same
year
way.
later, it's
Yeah.
like bleh.
Yeah.
I had a coffee.
Definitely drink these beers now.
BCBS last week,
Right.
and it already was tasting like kind of funky bitter, like not.
Yeah.
Like
Although-
not good bitter.
What
Although
does-
I'm on team BCBS is overrated. I think we
We
I
proved
think
that.
we proved that
on
on our
like,
show. It's not a spoiler.
scientifically.
It's the future, but also the past, depending on how you.
Right. I'm with you.
Scientifically, we proved BCBS is
I
fucking
think-
massively overrated.
Scientifically, your pool wasn't large enough, but I agree with you.
Why you
You're
gotta,
like
why you got to bring us down?
Your every comment in Reddit are
Why-
science.
yeah.
It's like your sample size is too small.
No, I think.
Thanks,
I mean, the
assholes.
way it scored though, there was a huge drop off.
That was
with the
scored.
points.
It was very. That was scientific. So
Yes.
good on you.
Thank you. What the hell?
There was
But-
mathematics.
Mathematics. I think that your N should have been at least 1,000 to be considered scientific.
I don't want to hear from no scientist always lying and shit and fucking getting me pissed.
This is fucking magnets. How do they work?
Right?
I've been told my sample size was too small once.
There's a lot of giggling in beforehand.
It's not about how you use your sample size.
Well, it was after a certain surgery.
It's about how you apply it.
If you want to get in touch with us,
If you want to find us online, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat.
We're going to Snapchat. We're going to Facebook. We're going to Google Plus. We're going to Twitter.
And you can find Jason on Tinder.
Swipe right.
Swipe right.
If you want to find all that information, you can find that on fourbrewers.com. If you want to get in touch with us directly, you can find us at feedback@fourbrewers.com. If you want...
Hashtag Third Show, Third Show.
Patreon, go to Patreon, give us money because we love you. Breathe the shit out of it.
Or just hug us. Just give us a hug.
Okay, go Nagel.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
This is like fucking on Home Alone where it's just like, hi kids, I'm home early. Remember that little voice changer thing they sold? The Home Alone voice changer?
Hi, kids, home early.
I get some home early.
And the fucking like older sister babysitter was like, oh no. Only 90s kittens will get this.
All right.
It's like a fucking BuzzFeed article. Movie quotes that only 90s kids will get. Yeah.
We're recording.